My opponent's running a Viral Tetrapod build, which means this will be a match of speed versus tankiness, as is true with the Exusia from specifically Armored Core Verdict Day, because there are 3 versions of this boss machine, and I went with the multiplayer iteration from Verdict Day. 1, because I'm a sucker for the red and black paint scheme, and 2, I've tried the other variants and I was getting absolutely destroyed. I even kept running into the same player a bunch of times that was rocking dual LRBs, which is very commonplace here in A rank. But go figure that the most powerful take on the Exusia is the most effective in Armored Core 6 as well. Can't say I'm entirely surprised. Also, more surprised that my opponent is having a tough time going into hover mode. This is probably a mistake, so I'm going to pop my expansion here. I'll try to make it easy on you, but that explosive thrower is going to be a problem if I get too close. Also, post in the comments which final boss in the Armored Core series, or otherwise, do you feel is the most broken or busted? Because if you haven't seen the Exusia from Armored Core Verdict Day's multiplayer specifically, I recommend looking it up, of course, after you're done watching this video, because this machine in that game was off the charts when it comes to how broken it was. The homing attacks, coupled with its insane movement, made it a force to be reckoned with. It's kind of funny how it took them 3 attempts to make the machine literally overpowered, though. The one in Armored Core 5 wasn't too bad. The multiplayer version 2 was a slight upgrade, but like I said, Verdict Days, I'm getting absolutely destroyed. How are they reaching me with the explosive thrower from that range? Okay, I can technically make a comeback. I just have to play at a safe distance. And of course, now they're in hover mode. Want to dodge and weave, and I think the smoke of that explosion... Are you teabagging me? You did not just teabag me. I highly doubt that you were simply jumping for joy. So you know what? Let's take this to the skybox ceiling, since I saw you were very much struggling going into hover mode. And it helps me get out of reach from your explosive thrower. Yup, just as I predicted. As long as I'm safe from the one weapon that's going to catch me off guard the most, I'll have a much easier time. When I hit the ground, though, it's going to be a different story. Yeah, you're wasting energy by assault boosting at me like that. You could have very much done that at the beginning of the game. I am zooming with my build. It feels like I'm piloting an aircraft more than an AC, which is true to the original Exusia. You're trying to hit me out of pure desperation now. Oh, I do not want to be stuck here. Whew, that could have been bad. But you know what? Because you teabagged me last round, I'm going to be the bigger man and instead fly off into the sunset. I'm liking the weapon loadout on this build, and you're on your promotion phase, I see. Well, I have to avoid the Rubiconian handshake, which will be a lot easier given I'm using the Lammergeier legs. However, because my opponent has RJ legs, they will have an easy time catching up. It's the only other leg type, besides the Tetrapod that is, that can keep up in the air so easily. Ooh, case in point. You're gonna have an easy time staggering me if I'm not careful. Oh, that was a mistake. I got a little bit greedy for the kick. But this time I'll... No! Oh, I'm so happy I did not use my expansion sooner than that. Well, it's neck and neck now. Who's gonna win? Looks like I'm the victor of round 1. I got scary close when they popped their expansion. I was not expecting that. Because even today, most melee punish builds do prefer pulse armor for survivability. Speaking of that, I'm going to maintain as much altitude as possible this time so I don't get blindsided Because seeing the Rubiconian handshake be that close to landing is like watching your life flash before your eyes. Need to bombard you with as many missiles as possible. And you're staying grounded this time. Oh, you're waiting for me to run out of energy, aren't you? So you could hit me with a counterattack. Well, that's going to be a scary thought. I played a little bit too safe. I didn't realize they were going to be staggered in the moment. How about some burst fire pressure? Probably the only time worth using the laser handgun's burst fire is when you're on a leg type that bypasses firing stance. Oh no, that might have cost me. Just got out of the way. Good game. I saw that explosion coming a mile away. I'm glad that I wasn't stunned a bit later, or they could have done a wombo combo there. Mindless network again. I always keep running into you sooner or later, regardless of my build. After our last encounter, you had a stable internet connection, so I'm hoping that carries through here. It's always a nail-biting experience not knowing if your opponent's gonna lag. Okay, everything's stable. Oh, you have literally the equivalent of a Ratcatcher Light. Dual Ludlows and Huxleys? I don't like this at all. I can't believe how much of my health was literally melted by those bullets. Ooh, you have terminal armor, I think. So I gotta get out of the way and hope just something hits. That was some insane damage you pulled off in quick succession too. I'm gonna have to incorporate kicking more often so I can cancel those Huxleys from firing along with the Ludlows. I was taken aback by seeing my health drop as fast as it did. Gonna play it safe. Do some chip damage here. Force them to come my way. Even from that range, they're still hitting me. It's kind of impressive. I'm winning the damage race so far. But I am nervous. Again, if I get too close, it's gonna be very worrisome. Trying to keep my distance as much as I can, but I gotta go in for a kick to cancel those Huxleys, as I said. They are too annoying to deal with. Need to trigger your expansion. Oh, wow! You had pulse armor? Did you literally activate your expansion last round when you had 1 HP left? Oh, that was so close again. I wouldn't be surprised if you had 1 HP, because look at that health bar. It's non-existent. Well, now I know. Even though I wasn't entirely convinced of their expansion at the end of the first round, but it was so impeccably timed that I saw they had no health left and thought there's no way the pulse armor was timed that perfectly. I gotta win on raw damage here and try to make use of cover so I don't get chewed out by those Huxleys. Not to mention the Ludlows. On top of that will literally stagger me within 5 seconds. I do have the health lead, so you have to come after me. Oh, I need that kick to land. That is the ultimate way to deal with these kinds of builds. If they're running orbits of any kind, you gotta kick to cancel them. As long as they keep their distance. Oh, never mind, they're heading my way. And I missed the kick again. I hate seeing this wall of bullets coming right after me. I gotta apply pressure here. No, I'm stuck! Oh, I didn't even see if my laser handguns were hitting them at all. That was pretty scary. Luckily, though, I out-DPS'd them. Good game. Galaxy Eyes. Isn't that a Yu-Gi-Oh reference? If so, that's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Speaking of which, I did love that XYZ Dragon Cannon build I did a video on. It was so effective and a lot of fun to pilot. Probably my favorite take on a wheelchair build so far in this game. I'd love to see these container missiles simply blindside my opponent. Oh, I was actually caught by that explosion. Okay. It's neck and neck, more than I'd like it to be. I'm worried that bazooka... Oh, case in point. I was going to say, I'm worried that bazooka's going to hit me right as I dodge. Okay, this time, I know that isn't pulse armor, so I'm waiting it out. What? Get out of here with that kind of shenaniganery. I've played this game way too long to not notice lag switches like that. The timing was a little bit too convenient, wouldn't you say? And phase 2 is taking longer to begin, so that's 2 red flags right there. I hope you're not trying to cheat just to earn a win in this game. Well, so far I'm not noticing anything like the end of last round, but still, I got my guard up, don't you worry. Whew, that would have been bad if I got tagged by the charged coral oscillator. Going full aggro, I want to win this as soon as possible, just in case. And I saved my expansion for this moment. Now, will you do anything suspicious? Nope, not that time, huh? Well, maybe it was just your connection acting up, but at the same time, like I said, a little too convenient. Out of all the final bosses I've recreated in Armored Core 6, the Exusia has been the most challenging to get just right, given its bat-like, practically angelic appearance, not to mention the foldable limbs. Luckily, the Lammergeier legs exist. Same with the other frame parts to match that almost droidica look that the original had. So, weapons were another chore, given he shoots lasers at you like crazy and bombards you with missiles that almost act like grenades. Oh, and the original had laser blades for legs, and none of the melee weapons in this game come close, so kicking was the best alternative. It's funny to think how Chief was handed the weakest iteration of this machine, though. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Till next time, take care.